Hello everyone. Oh, just ran up and down the stairs. I am oh, a bit out of breath. That's terrible. Awful. Oh well. How are we doing? We're back, we're live, it's Monday. Me Time Monday returns. Middle Earth Monday returns. In many ways. Today we're going to be painting Helm Hammerhand. Or at least we're going to be making a start on Helm Hammerhand. We've got him here, primed and ready to go. He's primed in Grey Seer, for those of you who care. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, how are you guys? You guys good? You guys happy? Good afternoon, diggers. New Helm, exciting. New Helm, exactly. He's very cool. It's a very cool new iteration of Helm Hammerhand. For those of you wondering, we primed it in Grey Seer because the War of the Rohirrim miniatures are quite loud. So the reason we've gone for Grey Seer is to just tone it and pare it back a little bit. Wraithbone would be technically more accurate to the box art because they're so like warm and vibrant in the box art. But in order to bring it into MESBG a little bit more, we use Grey Seer just to add a little bit of coolness to it, basically, if that makes sense. Watching my 120 Horus Heresy Space Marines unpainted. You and me both. I have many, many hundreds of Space Marines unpainted. Many of them are unbuilt as well. Oh, like the stream, you animals. That is a good shout. I think if you do that, it will do a thing. Maybe at some point. There you go. You're a monster. The stream isn't 24 hours after the last one, so YouTube won't let me bribe. I do happen to believe that there is a workaround for that, but I don't want to tell you what it is. Afternoon all, painting and listening. No, it's not PayPal. I mean, that is a workaround, of course. But yeah, you guys all good? You guys happy? Did you enjoy Tales last night? Those of you who watched. Loving the new Old World Marauders. Oh, I agree, Stu. They're very nice. I had a very brief look at them earlier on my phone, so it wasn't actually the best experience. Let's have a look at them on the big screen. Yeah, they're very pretty. I'd argue they're actually prettier than the Dark Oath stuff that came out. Just on account of being a little bit more clothed. So, yeah, maybe this will be the first time that I do something where I take some old world models and put them on some round bases. Maybe. Just to upset some people. Because the general thing is a lot of people take AOS models, put them on squares, and do that. Whereas I'm kind of tempted to put some square base models on some round bases. Painting another model for competition this weekend could be another gold. You go for gold, friend. I'm not seeing any workaround. These appear to just be hard limits of $500 per day and $2,000 per week. That's interesting. Does it limit you per account, or does it limit you per card? That's what I'd be interested in. Hello, Madison. You did a great job on Tails, mate. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Right. Let's pull up Games Workshop. Helm. So Helm has a white horse. Oh, we're very familiar with those. So, you guys ready? You ready to jump in? I still have Dan Elliott's obscene brilliance etched on my retinas. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's very, very talented. Right, we are going to film this as well, so this will be a video. So don't you guys worry about that for anyone worried about that sort of thing. So I guess we should just jump in and we should just start. Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are returning to the War of the Rohirrim. Yes, we are in Middle-earth with King Helm, or Helm Hammerhand, King of Rohan, to give him his official title. Yes, this beautiful plastic new miniature. I absolutely love it. It's super detailed, super awesome, and we're going to be painting it up today. So, we're just going to jump in and we're going to start. There's a little bit of admin to go through. So we're going to be mostly focused here on Helm on horse, because, well, the horse is the extra detail, and everything that is present here, well, everything that's present here is present here. So it makes sense to do this. So we'll be painting him along. If anything comes up, we'll obviously point it out. But for now, the version on foot goes off to one side, because we are going to do what we always do with cavalry, and we're going to start off with the horse. Now, the colour we're going to be using first over our Grey Seer primed miniature is Soulblight Grey. And we're going to be applying this over the top of all of the horse's flesh, just like this. Now, we don't need to apply this over the top of the tail, or indeed the mane, but over the rest of it, we do. There we go. I've missed painting Middle-earth the last couple of weeks. I really wanted to get Helm & Co. done when they first came out, but I was unfortunately waylaid by many other things. Hellsmiths of Hashut, really, were the main culprits there, and of course Subadin Khan, Kanokvar, all of that good stuff. I've had a lot of character models recently. I haven't had too much in the way of sort of big uncomfortable boxes, and by uncomfortable boxes I mean uncomfortable to paint in time for the Saturday, which has been nice for me because it means I've been ahead by a couple of days. So I've been able to, whilst I've been super slammed, I've been able to be at the cutting edge of tutorial production technology. So yeah. But now we are got a couple of Middle-earth Mondays that we can do some work on. Helm and Freylaf, Olwyn and Leaf. That would be nice. Just nearly got all this Soul Blade Grey over the top. Diggers, thank you very much for becoming a member. And Philip, thank you very much for becoming a member also. It's very kind of you. No offense, I'll just use PayPal instead of making another YouTube account. That is fair. That is fair. I kind of like that YouTube has the limits, because it does stop people who can't afford it from doing it, if you see what I mean. Like, it's sort of a bit of a it's a safety check, which is a good thing. There's probably a bunch of creators out there who will say, no, but I think it's a good thing. Personally, it's a bit of a safeguarding. Although I wonder if there's a limit when it's a fundraiser for charity. I bet it's not. But then the creator doesn't get the money; it goes straight to the charity, I believe. If you make a stream or something a fundraiser. Because I think if the money went to the creator first, a lot of creators would do it more often and then just pretend that they donated. Because, you know, people are bad. Be worth looking up. No, there isn't for charity. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Because I've watched things like Thankmas that Jacksepticeye does, where people have dropped some huge super chats for charity. So it makes sense. Like I said, probably a good thing. Cool. You've only just got home from school, Rosalie. 10 to 6. When I was young, I used to have really weird school hours. I need to update this. We are on 128. We're including yesterday, because you guys were extremely generous and very, very, very kind to me yesterday. Yeah, I was like, we'll include yesterday as part of this week. Did someone say Middle Earth? They did indeed. Hope everyone is doing good. I have a question. Have you used AK QuickGen paints? No, I haven't. And I will not. Mr. Worst Painter here can't have fun breaking Josh in less than 24 hours. Not twice in 24 hours, you know. Good evening, Colonel. Hello, at Swennels. Thank you, Dominic. Thanks for everything you do, brother, for the Emperor. For the Emperor, indeed. Oh, there's so many... I looked at the pre-order article yesterday, and it hit me, right? And I have some questions. I have some questions about points and unit sizes. But I have an idea. I have an idea for an absolutely gorgeous Ultramarines army, which I think will look amazing on the tabletop. But we don't know anything about how many points things like the Victrix Honor Guard are, or indeed what size units they can come in. My assumption is that they can come in units of 6. But I saw that, and I saw it, and I was like, well, hold on. Calgar is a Terminator now. There's captains, there's chaplains, and there's librarians all in Terminator armor. So why not do something along the lines of Guilliman, captain, chaplain, librarian, and Calgar all in Terminator armor. Give them each a unit of Terminators to follow them. Sicarius plus hopefully 6 Victrix Honor Guard, and then 3 units of 5 Stern Guard. If that all fits into 2,000 points, that would look amazing. But not only that, that's a reference to Rise of the Primarch at the end of 7th edition, because there was a formation. There was a formation in the old days where you could have it was Sicarius, Victrix Honor Guard, and units of Stern Guard / Vanguard veterans, but they don't do Vanguard veterans. Or at least we don't have Vanguard veterans yet. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Dominic, thank you very much for the $5. Would love to see an Ultramarines Saturnine Praetor Contrast Plus guide. Interesting. I don't actually have any of the Saturnine stuff. But theoretically, I mean, is that the Terminator Praetor? I mean, it's awesome that you're asking for an Ultramarines guy, because so many people go, ew, Ultramarines, and I love Ultramarines. Thoughts on the new Old World minis? They'll look great on round bases. My mum works there, so I have to stay till 5. Ugh, lame. Lame. I used to... So when I was at school, in my first couple of years at secondary school, my school had really weird hours. So you always used to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. But on 4 out of 5 days, we used to finish at 2:35 and be home by 3. But then on Wednesday, we would finish at 4:35, I think it was. So you'd finish later. And so therefore you get home a lot later. But so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you had a lot earlier finish. It was so weird. But then they changed it eventually to you just always finished at I think we just always finished at 3:30. I think it was something like that. Everyone, I got the female lead in my school production. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Well done, you. That's awesome. The one with the massive hammer. Do love a massive hammer around here. Let's have a look. Yeah, that tail is grey. That's not That looks like Black Templar to me. What we'll do is we'll just do Black Templar over the top of the tail. But we'll thin it a bit. Well, maybe not. Maybe we go for Basilicanum Grey, but we thin that. No, it is Black Templar. Yeah, Black Templar. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go 1, 2. So it's a 2 to 1, but a 4 to 2 of Larmian. Yeah. Yeah, that feels right to me. Okay. So with all that Soul Blight Grey applied, we're then going to take a roughly 2 parts Black Templar to 1 part Larmian Medium. And we're going to apply this over the top of the tail and the mane of our horse. There we go. I have a question. That you guys can help me with. So I've been thinking, and I think I've talked about this before, but I've been thinking about being a little bit bolder with some of my content. And I've been thinking about doing a bit more army painting rather than unit and model painting. Because it would be nice to actually have some things that are good to go. And like it'll still be the sort of similar like how to paint sort of style, but with just a little bit more of a, well, we're painting this, but because it's all the same, we're doing all of this at the same time. So it's the kind of format that I'm 99% convinced is what we're going to do for quite a lot of MESBG stuff, which I'm more than comfortable with. But when it comes to things like AOS and 40k, it can be sometimes a little bit different. And I've been thinking about it because obviously next year we're going to have a 40k launch box. And that launch box is going to be interesting, right? Because whatever's in it, is it going to be a case of do I want to paint all of it up for one faction, or do I want to paint all of it up for different factions? So let's say there's Space Marines in there and there's quite a bit of different stuff going on. If there's quite a bit of different stuff going on with all of the Space Marines that are in that starter box, it would be really cool to have, let's say, like one unit. Let's say Vanguard veterans are in there. Well, we should do those as Blood Angels, right? So we can do a Blood Angels video on how to paint Vanguard veterans. But then if there's like a, I don't know, like a siege unit with big hammers, maybe that belongs in the Iron Hands, or it belongs in the Imperial Fists or something like that. Or if there's bikes and things in there, like, is there like, is there a kind of is there like a better way of doing things, like in terms of content production? Is the audio super low for anyone else? I don't know. Is it? Is it really quiet? Josh, question. Did you ever paint Yndrasta? I will be honest, I have not checked your videos, but will later on. How did you do the wings? I have painted Yndrasta, yes. It'd be cool if you did a 24-hour Christmas army box. Oh, but they're all lame. Would you spend more on upgrade bits from Archie's Forge than the actual models from Games Workshop? At this moment, I am not an Archie's Forge convert. So no, I would buy things from Games Workshop. This is my point. It's like I want to do kind of a bit more army painting, and actually get stuff done, because I've got so many things that are like sort of halfway houses, if you see what I mean. But it's like once you've done a how to paint on something, it's like, oh, well, you've done it, really, right? So like take the Hellsmiths of Hashut as an example. We've done how to paints for everything, right? So now there's no more there's basically no, in that format, there's no more content other than the Ashen Elder, which, you know, I can buy one and do one, but like I'm probably not going to, because, you know, it'll be one of those things of it'll arrive in 2 weeks' time and the conversation will have moved on from Hellsmiths of Hashut. So it's like, where's the content come from? But like I sit there with these like half-finished projects and I'm like, well, I want to do them. So like with the Rohan, for example, we've done a video on riders. So you can't film them again. But if I'm just sat painting Riders of Rohan and not filming it, I'm not making any content. And if I'm not making any content, that means you guys don't get any content. So it's like, ugh. What about the Paint or Play series? Are you and Adam continuing those videos? I personally like them. Yeah, we'll do more of them. Going back and doing older ones is a bit trickier because it's like, is it relevant, as it were? We'll go back and do them when there isn't new stuff coming, as it were. The duplicate tutorial in the army videos value as new content, even if you have the same thing separately, in my opinion. Well, so that's it. You could get more content if you're painting more of the sub-factions. I don't want to paint more sub-factions. Just, this is the point, is I want to have cohesive armies and collections and make videos about that kind of thing. I don't want to have armies where everything's all completely different colours. That's the point. I'll do them as when I can, but like, you know, it's getting a box of miniatures and painting each one as individual things. I can't then play with that. I can't take that to events. That's the problem. And if you do a sub faction on so here's the point. Here's the problem with doing a sub faction, right? If I do sub factions, particularly in 40k, every other model is exactly the same. So I actually create less content opportunities for myself. Because once you've painted one Space Marine, you've painted the entire army. See? So if I go, here's how to paint Howling Griffins. If you say if I go, here's how to paint a Howling Griffin Intercessor, that video is then applicable to every other unit in the entire army for Howling Griffins. So you actually just knock out an entire set of content. You actually close down the amount. Makes sense, but your Nighthawk video gave me some ideas to better fill my army. Thanks for that. Oh, you're perfect. Yeah, I mean, look, we'll get through those sorts of things as and when we get through them. Like they are, because I don't do a ton of rules content. It means the rules content is worse performing for me. So obviously I have to do more rules content so that it sort of bumps it up in the algorithm. But yeah, I mean, look, we will do more Just Paint or Plays. I would really like to do the entirety of 11th edition, especially now that we've established it as a series. There's a long way to go though for Age of Sigmar, a long way to go. So yeah. Okie dokie. Right, we'll do a little bit of Black Legion over the top of the eyeball now, I reckon. We better have a long way to go for AOS. I've been in the Tyrion waiting room for too long. Well, yeah. I mean, so like for Age of Sigmar, right? So we are done now with codexes for Warhammer 40,000. Everything's out. So it's now just the slow decline till 11th edition. Whereas for Age of Sigmar, We've got Cities of Sigmar, Daughters of Cain, Fire Slayers, Lumineth Realm Lords, Seraphon, and Sylvaneth. So that's 6 books yet to come. We've got Ossiarch Bone Reapers, 7 books. We've got Disciples of Tzeentch, Head Knights of Slaanesh, and I think Maggotkin of Nurgle as well. They haven't had their book yet. So that's 10. And destruction-wise, we've got Ogre Moor Tribes and Sons of Bahamut. So there's at least 12 books left to go. Plus any other surprises that they might throw our way. Honestly, I wish the old Sisters Combat Patrol was still a thing, because I could bug you to do that and it would fill out most of the Sisters content. But we have done... What was in the old Sisters Combat? What was in the old one? Because there should be tutorials on the channel for... Well, stop me if... Hang on. So for Sisters of Battle, we have tutorials for Morven Varl, Ephrael Stern, Armorium Cherubs, Order of our Martyred Lady, Sisters of Battle, The Triumph of St. Catherine, Repentia, Order of the Bloody Rose on the Palatine, Order of the Argent Shroud, Estrith Thurga and Agatha Dolan, and Celestine the Living Saint. There's still more Drukhari for you to do. Well, I don't want to do any Drukhari. Again, the Archon and Lady Malice, that scheme, copy and paste, everything else in that box. Everything else in that box. So it would literally just be the same video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I wouldn't change a single thing about those 2 videos for either any of those other units of Drukhari. This is a problem with a lot of those stuff, like a lot of stuff like the with 40k factions in particular, because everything's a lot more kind of uniform. It's just like, once you've done it once, you've done it once. If you do like a Tau Sept battlesuit, you've done every Tau Sept battlesuit. It just, nothing changes. It's the same thing over and over and over again. One Canoness, Rhino, Repentia, 1 Penitent Engine, Arco Flagellants, Sisters Repentia, Battle Sisters. I could have sworn I did a video on the Arco Flagellants. I have painted them before. I thought I had, but maybe I failed myself. So with that all done, we're then going to take a really small amount of Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over top of the horse's eyeballs, but also over the top of the horse's hooves. I might not have filmed the arcoflagellants. I might have just decided that there was a boring video at the time. I did a commission a long time ago with for Battle Sisters, and that contained arcoflagellants, Repentia, Seraphim. Is that what they're called? Battle Sisters. It was a lot of models. Well, if somebody asked me how would I paint arcoflagellants, I'd point them towards the jackals. Basically exactly the same models. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. There's some interesting... It looks like it's kind of like a one-to-one mix of Wildwood and Black Templar. I think the simplest thing to do next is actually just take some Flesh Tearers Red and apply that over the sort of the layered parts, which is what I think we will do. So with that Black Legion all applied, we're now going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. I'm going to apply this over top of, well, the red detailing, which is all of this stuff. Just here. Rabbit Squirrel 22 Ben, thank you very much for the $5. I'm following your guide for Jagatai Khan and you use Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss on the Death Guard Marine. Any suggestions for an alternative? Yeah, I mean, Agrax Earthshade on its own will probably do you. It won't be as shiny, but... I should have bought some... I should have bought a couple of pallets of that. Of Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. and then started my own little shop. Just reselling it. The other thing I would perhaps maybe recommend is waiting a little bit until the Vallejo metallic range drops, because they will have something in there that will look fairly similar. I'm 99% sure on that. Like, I haven't seen the full range of it, and I don't know, and I haven't tried it yet, but I am fairly confident that there will be an equivalent of Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss in that set of paints. Because they've got these slightly shinier shades that are designed to shade the metallics, so to retain the shine. So that's one of the things I'm really curious about. I really want that set. Maybe stupid question, but why did they stop doing Cryptic Armor Shade? No idea. No idea. It wasn't around for very long as well. I suspect it'll be something to do with either one of the things that was one of the ingredients that was used to make it, or something like that, or like the process changed for making it and became too expensive or something like that. It's the same reason why, like, why did Rune Lord Brass Spray go away? Like, Rune Lord Brass Spray would be really handy to have kept, and I've got a can of it, but that's the issue with and I know you can just like find something that's analogous and go to something like the Color Forge, but not everybody has access to the Color Forge. Hence why I didn't use it in my Uraktar video, which you guys haven't seen yet, but you will see soon enough. Might try and get that one edited up for tomorrow. Call it Joshy's Glossy. Have they stopped doing Reichland Flesh gloss? Yeah, they stopped doing all glosses. There used to be Null Oil gloss as well. So all their gloss shades went. So I still have a pot, a fairly full pot of Cryptic Armor Shade gloss. Trouble is, I can't use it in a video. I can't use it in videos going forward now because, you know, I can't be like, hey, get this out of production paint for you guys to paint stuff. I'm going to go with a 1-to-1 mix of Wildwood and Black Legion, I think, for this super dark brown that's on Helm. Or are we? I just don't know. Arguably, I could just use Black Legion. And then highlight it. God, this is tricky. Let's just go for it. Let's see what it looks like at least. We will do. We'll do 2 of each. So 1, 2, and then 1 and 2, and mix it all together. What does that give us? Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Wildwood to 1 part Black Legion mix. And we're going to apply this over the top of this really dark sort of square stuff that's down here. But we're also going to apply this over the top of the paneling of the horse armor on his head. Go. You'll see what I mean about this in a minute. Get some more of this down. Yeah. It's looking good. Decided. Hello, Articon. More MESB. Decided on your Articon army yet? Which flavor of Rohan? No, not yet. I'm probably going to be doing sort of like. I'm going to be doing several different things across the next few months to try and get a feel for the sort of things I want to do. I am probably going to do Rohan in some capacity, because you know. I just don't know if it's going to be sort of War of the Rohirrim or if it were going to go for a like a Helm's Deep style thing. Ride Out is my strongest contender. It's just whether or not I want to do it's whether or not I can do a good job of gambling, basically. That one hinges on. Fundamentally is what that one comes down to. I'm not 100% confident that I can do a good job of gambling. But we'll find out. Another choice, though, that I have, and one that I'm quite excited by, is Grief of Eomer. So I can run Imrahil, Eomer, and Huron all together. I think that would be a really fun list. He's 100% bringing hot elves for the locals. I won't be playing Halls of Thranduil, no. This might have been asked before, but upcoming Tau stealth suits, will you be painting them in your Tau sept or box art? Well, if they send them to me, I'll do them as the box art, which is white. It's the Viola scheme, right? How did you handle the shock this weekend? The shock? What was the shock? Oh, yeah. Oh, good lord. Yeah, so we're using now Wildwood on its own. Because Cygor Brown's going to be really red. And we need Cygor Brown for Helm's armor. So we don't want to use too much Cygor Brown elsewhere. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. So with that all done, we're now going to take some Wildwood on its own. And we're going to apply this over top of all of the sort of leather tack. Boom. He won twice in a row. You. I'm still not following you, Edward. Oh, yes, I am following you. Yes. I am following you. Sorry. Yes, Manchester United won. I was genuinely confused. Is the red just Blood Angels? Nope, it's Flesh Terrors. So much leather. What can men do against such reckless leather? Yeah, it's dark in there as well. Alright. Yep. Oh, bugger. Missed a bit of the reins. Okay, rectified. Alright. There is a nice man on the internet who won't cut his hair until Man U win 5 games in a row. He's currently a mix between a hobbit and Radugar the Beast. Oh, it's going to be a long time. Any plans to have a painting tutorial for the Shugengan Lord? At some point, we will do it, yeah. I will have to find this man. His beard might hit the floor by the time that happens. Well. Right, I just need to check something in the old Warriors of Rohan video. So I need to know how I did the green, because that's how I'm going to do the green here. Oh, it was 2-to-1 Dark Angels, Green, Lamy, and Medium. Did I do it twice? That is what I did on the cloak. Cool. That man is not cutting his hair for a very long time. Last year, only 2 teams managed to go 5 games. When you prime a miniature, do you change the nozzle of the primer spray can or use the standard red one it comes with? Well, mine come with white spray nozzles. But yeah, I don't change it. So the sort of edge of this trim just looks like kind of quite jaundiced in the sort of spinny shot, but there it's a little bit warmer. So I think the solution here is to use snakebite leather. But maybe just thin it a little bit. Maybe. Let's have a look at what thinned down snakebite leather looks like. So we'll go 1, 2. Let's just do my usual 3 and then 4. And then we go 1 and 2. Of Lamy medium. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. And then next up, we're going to thin down some snakebite leather in a roughly 4 parts snakebite leather to 2 parts Lamy and medium, or 2-to-1 if you prefer. I'm going to apply this over top of this bit of trim. around our dark square pattern. It's nice when you get things right on, I guess. Practice makes perfect, eh? Right. Here's the question. The little soft blanket. That looks a little bit like sort of... It looks a bit like Agrax Earthshade, but there's no brown in it. It's really, really pale. So maybe it's just a case of being really careful with the Agrax Earthshade. Yeah. I think that is probably going to be the vibe. Yeah. We'll go for it. We'll shoot for it. With that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. We're going to apply this over the top of the soft blanket around here. What I want to just do is just be really gentle with it. Just kind of try and avoid leaving behind any large sort of dark pools. We can do this just by... So we're not using a huge amount of Agrax Earthshade as we go. And just kind of absorbing it a little bit. By gently pressing the brush as you move across it. Like that sort of thing. That works. Now, just need to apply some green. And then there's a lot of metallics, and of course Helm himself. Was the saddle portion also just wildwood? Yes. So how much green is on Helm? That's the question. Because I feel like if we're going to thin down some green, we might as well do all of the green at once, if you see what I mean. So it's his undershirt, his tunic. Okay, so it's not a huge amount. That makes sense to me. Yes, it's 4-2. Dangel's green. Let's use the new one. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 of Larmian. Okay. And with that all done, those of you who've painted the Warriors of Rohan will recognise this. We're going to be using a roughly 4 parts Dark Angel's green to 2 parts Larmian medium. So again, sort of 2-to-1 ratio. And we're applying this over the top of this little bit of the trim of the horse's armour up here. But seeing as we've got it all thinned down and it's the same colour on Helm, we're also going to use this over the top of his undershirt and his kind of under tunic as well. So there's that bit for that, but for Helm, it's going to be this bit here, like that. That's it for green. It's not very Rohan-y, is it? Oh, his elbow. Of course. Alright, we need to do the same thing on Helm on foot now, because we have moved into the realms of Helm. The Helms. Let's have a look at him. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. It's not bad going for a couple of hours work, you know. So, here's the question. The question. Where's the next port of call? I feel like it's silly to go for... Yeah. We shouldn't just jump into metallics, because then we have to do metallics twice, and we don't like doing metallics twice. Metallics once is always a good thing. This is where we've got to so far. So it's pretty good going. The trouble is, right, is that the next step for him is that there's basically Cygor Brown, but lots of Cygor Brown, right? So, like, his boots and stuff are, like, dark leather, like wildwood, as are his gloves. But then his armor is, like, a dark red brown with gold trim. So that's Cygor Brown. But it's a slightly tricky one to balance. Yeah, we'll have a little think about that for a few minutes. It is 7:05. So we are approaching... we are on the final stretch now, towards the end. Just using your Wrecker Crew video and can't see what you use for the highlight on the brown leather. Could you share, please? Wrecker Crew. The simplest answer is that I didn't. I didn't highlight the brown leather. It's just Seigel brown, isn't it? That's used. Yeah, no, I didn't highlight it. Seigel brown on its own. It's all good. Quite often I don't even want to do metallics once. Well, I'm the same. Hello, James. Hope you're feeling better. Thanks for the great stream last night. Well, thank you for making it easy to do. You guys made last night really easy. I actually enjoyed solo flying. I didn't know if I would. I don't know if it would be any good. That was the main concern of mine. But we managed to get through it. Alright, the simplest easy step, next step, is to use Black Legion on the inside of the horse armor, because that's what we need to do. Man, he's never going to have any context for what Colonel and Fake Street Spirit have been talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. But you're having fun, so that's the main thing. And then next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. And on the inside of the horse armor, we're just going to apply this over the top of those flat panels. Because we didn't do it earlier. That is how it is on the box art. Here you go. The Naughty's Manu squad live in Mordor McMansions, Josh. Okay, cool. Fine. Sorry for derailing your chat, Josh. We still love you. But can you please, sir, if you will, regale us with the better fine points of contrast medium, sir? No, yeah, I'm enjoying watching you guys just chat amongst yourselves. That's lovely. You're all making friends. I'm pretty pleased with this progress, I'm not going to lie. In about 2 hours of painting, to have mostly finished blocking in what is quite a complicated horse, to be honest. I mean, the horse itself isn't, but like this amount of different colour stuff that's going on here. It's not bad going. I'm pretty pleased with that. This is how long it takes. This is welcome to content creation. Oh. Oh. It's a shame so much of him is slightly weird, non-standard colours, because it means there's a lot of mixing and a lot of thinning that's going on in order to get things to the, you know, to the right colours. Which, you know, I don't want to do it in the videos, but I can't not do it if it's the right thing. But there we go. There we go. Oh. Anyway, Freya Laugh is going to be annoying. All that yellow. Let's have a look at Freya Laugh. This is the thing, is I haven't actually really studied these models very closely. Oh, there's not that much yellow. Couple of little bits of piping. That's Nasdrag yellow, if ever I've seen it. If I know anything about anything. Leaf is just an upgraded Hobbit. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to paint this stuff. Squeeze it in where we can. And then hopefully we'll run through a lot of stuff in December. How are you feeling about the army content, Josh? What army would you do that with? Oh, so the ones I've got plans for are few and far between. No, they're not. There's lots of MESBG ones, right? So there's stuff like because people want to see a Witch King on Fellbeast video, and they want to see Mordor orcs and all that kind of stuff. So there's a Mordor list in there somewhere. That's one thing. The other one is, of course, Halls of Thranduil for yourself. That's another one. That's 2 army painting things. Rohan, of course. I've got a Rohan list. I've got various Rohan things to do. So I've got the captain, I've got the banner, I've got the guard, and I've got the Rohan, the royals, the riders of Rohan. Eowyn, Aragorn, Legolas, Gamling, what's his name, Helm, and Theodred as well. Helm is obviously here, but I mean we're gonna keep War of the Rohirrim separate, I think, because we're gonna have Helm as one video. We're gonna have Freylaf, Olwyn, and Leaf as one big video. That'll be a really long one, and then we'll do Shank and Rot, so that we've got all of the War of the Rohirrim stuff done as separate videos. But so that's Lord of the Rings side of things. Obviously, I have my Minas Tirith thing that I wanted to do, and in that case, what we've got is Knights of Dol Amroth, Minas Tirith Knights, Citadel Guard, Guard of the Fountain Court, Hurin, and the other one that comes with Hurin. So that's a whole list. Oh, Baragond as well, actually. He's in there too. So that's a whole thing. So that's Minas Tirith, Middle Earth wise. That's one of the sort of plans that I've got. To do those as more army painting videos. When it comes to Age of Sigmar, there's stuff around how I would like to like sort of pick 1 or 2 of my sort of half finished things that I don't have enough stuff for. So Seraphon is one of them. I'd love to do a Seraphon, a big old Seraphon list, a big old Seraphon painting video. That's one. There's also for what is it? I had it in my head. Nope, it's gone. It's completely gone. Anyway, come back to Age of Sigmar. 40k wise, I want to do a Space Marine army. The one I was talking about earlier with all the Ultramarines things, that would be really fun. I think that would look awesome. There's just so many question marks around it at the moment. So yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of thinking about. Another one is to actually finish off the Leagues of Votann. I don't want to do it, but I kind of feel like I should. So we do the Capricus, the Outriders, and the Pioneers all together. It's all the same stuff. That would be a decent shout, because those are 3 things that I have and I haven't done. Are they Outriders? No, they're called Pioneers, aren't they? And Jaegers. Yeah. Yeah. There's lots and lots of things. It's Space Wolves. Space Wolves is one to finish off as well. It's just all time. It's all time, money, and energy. And there's cool stuff coming this year. Well, presumably this year. We've already seen what? There's Kill Team Dead Silence with the Space Wolves and the stealth suits. That's one thing that's supposed to come out soon. There's Blood Bowl. I know a lot of people ask, do you do Blood Bowl? Will you ever do Blood Bowl? Doing a new season box, that feels like that would be a good place to jump into Blood Bowl, right? So, you know, we'll try and get our hands on one of those. Warhammer Quest, I don't know when that's coming. That might come this year, that might come next year. But that'll be amazing. That'll be an amazing thing to do. There's all kinds of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it's just tons and tons of things. Is Wednesday stream going to become War Prep Wednesday? So we have Middle Earth Monday and Army Prep Project Wednesday. Wednesday's kind of more of a variety thing, because sometimes Wednesday I will generally try to do something that's actually like valuable. Monday can be either valuable or not. See what I mean? Monday's just what I want to do, and what I wanted to do today was paint Helm Hammerhand. So that's why we've started him, kicked him off today. So I don't know. Wednesday. I usually decide what's going to happen on Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes we build, sometimes we paint, sometimes we chat. Who knows? How is Helm not valuable? Well, I'm not saying he's not. It's just sometimes on Monday I'm building Riders of Rohan. I don't see how that's helpful to anyone. See what I mean? But maybe we'll do some more painting of Helm on Wednesday. Maybe. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I just take each day as it comes. It's a good reminder to send built minis or face the wrath I have faced. It's helpful to see how much Josh hates building. Yeah, I struggle with it. I struggle with it. It's because it's the task that's between me and painting it. Because I dislike priming just as much. So yeah, it's I've just got so many models stacking up on my desk at the moment. It's not even funny. There's just a big old pile of MESPG right in front of me. Because I primed this guy and the captain the other day. So this is in front of me. Freylaf, Owen, Leaf, Owen and Leaf, Captain, Banner, Legolas, Eowyn, Mary, Elfhelm, Eowyn and Mary, Gamling, Theodred, Haldir, the herald that comes with Haldir and the Heroes of Helm's Deep, Aragorn, Helm, obviously, Helm, Aragorn. Legolas on horse. Yeah, that's all the MESBG I have in front of me at the moment. There's also a bunch of riders and there's a bunch of knights over there as well that need painting. So, yeah. So you need more MESBG is what you're saying. It's actually the opposite. Because there's even more just over here. That's where the elves are. Behind me, in this little box down here, that's where the rest of the Minas Tirith is. There's more elves back there. In here, there's some... Actually, everything in there is painted. And everything in there is painted. Yeah. So many models. No, the hot elves, I just said, the hot elves are back here. So, yeah. It would be really nice to have space to be able to look at everything, if you see what I mean. But I don't. So everything's just in... I just have to remember where everything is at all times. If you like Worst Painter here, what I can do now is dismantle everything to get out the built one to show you that it exists. But that'll take me sort of roughly 10 to 15 minutes. I'll sweat a lot and I'll be in a bad mood afterwards. Like, I mean, there's one here. There's one. There's more than one of them, actually. There's one there. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There's 3. actually, this can move out of the way. Don't need that anymore. That way around. Yes. Right. Well, it is 7:30, ladies and germs. So that's us done for the day, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to get much more done on Helm because the rest of it's like quite long. Well, the next few bits are quite long, so we will come back to it. We will come back to it soon, I'm sure. But yeah, so content this week. What have you got? Well, you should have at least 3 Hellsmiths of Hashut videos. I'm thinking probably going to be Uraktar, the Urzorn Infernal Razors, and we will try and do Anointed Sentinels as well. I reckon. Yeah. Which Naughty's Manu player would make a Rohan rider? Diego Forlan? Maybe? Was he noughties or was he 90s? I'm just thinking of the blonde hair. Yes. So there should be a video tomorrow, should be a video Thursday, should be a video Friday. We will probably go live on Wednesday, or we'll do another video on Wednesday. Depends. Depends on how I feel and how I get on with everything this week. Oh, we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out as time goes on. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Lots of Hellsmiths of Hashut content on the way, because we've done it all. It's all good to go. I shot all the B-roll and everything. I literally just have to edit the videos. We'd probably spend tomorrow actually doing some editing. A good chunk of tomorrow doing some editing anyway, which will be fun-ish, I guess, maybe. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me today. Maybe see you on Wednesday, maybe not. Depends. If you want videos or you want streams, gotta tell me in the comments below. See you later, guys. Here's the hand of farewell, and I will catch you later. Bye for now. Ta-da!